Okay. Well, if you listen to me, why you should be. Anyway, we would start off with a pledge of allegiance. With the flag right over there.
Right here.
Oh, you can face me.
Face north.
Okay, we're moving this way.
North is flag.
Begin. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hooah!
Has everybody signed in? I believe you have.
Oh, you found a church. You came back.
Santa Rick
Lang?
Lang.
Yes.
Welcome. This is your second meeting? Okay.
Your base.
So you. Okay. So I think that's all the guests we have. I think everybody else here is regular members, and we're glad to see everybody this day. I can't hear you.
Who was the other guest besides the gentleman you just introduced?
Rick Lang and Rick. What's your wife's name?
Terry.
Terry first.
T-E-R.
Terry. T-E-R-I. I happen to know all about it right now.
Okay, that's the only guess. Oh, and Dick Goodman's daughter, Patty. And Patty's got the little baby, Jamie?
Damon.
And Damon was protesting, and now he's cooperating. Okay, the minutes were sent out.
Yep.
Is there anybody who does not receive the minutes? I send the minutes out on a monthly basis, and if you did not get them, why, I need to check your email. But if everybody got them, why, I would love to have somebody move to accept the minutes as distributed.
So moved. Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you, Ted Tardy, for doing such a good job with those things.
Here, here.
I didn't print out an agenda today, flying by the seat of my pants.
Bend over.
I don't know if there's any old business other than election. Does anybody have any old business? Does anybody have any new business other than elections? Okay, I have the memory books here from the luncheon. If you paid me, why, I've given you a book. If you haven't got a book and you would like a book, they're $26. But they're all done. They look wonderful, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Excellent job.
Comment? Best book we've had since we've been doing it.
Yes, absolutely.
Best book we've had.
And Bob and I are still friends.
Well, it would be a mess if it wasn't for Dottie. So Dottie, thank you so much for keeping me honest, and I challenged her ability to stay up with me. I could make mistakes faster than she could find me.
And what's cute is when you fix this one thing, it breaks another, and then we have to go back.
Yeah, afraid I did some of that.
I think he did it just to test me.
Okay, so that is done. And the luncheon committee has been looking at other venues, but it's pretty sure that we're going back to Knott's this year.
Yes.
Are we all in agreement?
I think so, yes.
Have you conferred with Glenn on this?
I spoke with him yesterday, and he was unable to join us for our meeting, but I filled him in, and he said whatever we decide is fine with him.
Okay, I hope we're going back to knots next year, because that's what I put on the back of the book.
Let it be written, let it be done.
If that's the only mistake you made on the book, we're still fine.
Okay. So we have money in the fund for to pay our deposits there, and when the book is done with the postage all shipped out, well, then we'll have a final accounting and decide what we can distribute for charity between the different chapters. But it looks like we can do something good again this year. However, on that vein, now 50-50 drawings that we have during the year all go towards that. And do we want to have the drawing before we have the elections? Or
Sir, I need that money back because I sold some more tickets, so I have to split it back out.
That's always a good thing when you guys split more
I was
money.
gonna say, don't get angry now, that was more money made.
I know that woman. Don't let her have your cash. If there's a yard sale in the neighborhood, your cash is done.
Well, maybe the elections are fine. Maybe the elections are fine. We had nominations for offices last month. And nominated for president was Sandra Victorwood. And today I am opening nominations from the floor. If anybody would like to nominate another person to be president. Anybody second? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor of nominations being closed for president, say aye.
Aye.
Vice president,
Greg Ferguson.
Senator Greg Ferguson, down there at the end table, has volunteered to be vice president, has accepted a nomination. Does anybody like to nominate another person to become vice president?
I move the nomination for vice president be closed.
Second.
Okay, all in favor of any discussion? All
Well-
in favor of closing nominations for vice president, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Choo choo!
Okay, secretary. Last month, Diva was nominated to be secretary.
Mr. President, I would like to formally withdraw my nomination, if I may, and I would like to nominate Craig Honoroff to be secretary of the Orange County chapter of the Fourth.
Wave to everybody, Craig. Okay. Diva withdrew her name and has nominated Craig Honorab and Santa Anna to be our secretary.
This was part voluntary, part plea bargain. So,
Is there any other attorney?
I second the nomination.
Okay.
Both are
Are there any other nominations for secretary?
I move the nomination for secretary be closed.
Second.
Second the nomination.
Okay, move to nominations be closed. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
aye.
All opposed? Nomination for secretary. Okay. Last month, Senator Bob Callahan, yours truly, was nominated to be treasurer. Are there any other nominations for the position of treasurer?
Move the nomination for treasurer be closed.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, nomination be closed. Any discussion? All in favor of closing nominations for treasurer? Say aye.
Aye.
Welcome to the slate.
We have a treasurer for the first time. Excellent.
Okay, Rick, why don't you, wait a minute, Earl?
I would like to make a motion that we accept the slate by acclamation. That will eliminate the need for a vote.
Motion has been made to accept the slate by acclamation. Made and seconded.
I second the motion.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Congratulations, everybody.
All right.
I'll give it to you after the 50-50.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Diva has now, how much do we
In a
have
minute,
in the
yeah.
50-50 pot?
$47.50 to the winner.
Here, go ahead.
$47 to the winner of
And
the
50 cents, sir.
and 50 cents.
Don't forget 50 Cent. He's one of my favorites. There's nobody in this room that got that represented. 50 Cent, R. Kelly, Nelly. There's no hip hop guys. Just me, huh? Out there on the limb, just sawing away behind me, huh?
Diva, yes. Over here, honey. Thank you. I can only see a quarter of the time.
Drunk.
All right, so it was a bad one. Okay. Okay, Mrs. Earl did go by two.
Okay.
That's really, really
Gonna
fair.
let Earl draw the first ticket.
Not Earl,
Oh, Barbara?
his lovely wife.
Oh, okay.
All right, good lady. This one's mine.
We couldn't get a hat that didn't have a hole in it?
She was afraid I was going to touch them.
You think this many gentlemen of a certain age would have a number of hats?
$47.50. The ticket, last four numbers. 7431.
Oh, no, really? Who? Yes. Is it really? Is it seriously? I kissed one of their tickets.
Oh, no.
I kid you not. That's not a joke. That's totally serious. Woohoo!
Sit down. She didn't even touch her own teeth.
That is too funny.
She'll make it all
It's true, baby. Now make sure it's from
Now,
okay.
see, do you understand
If she
why
kissed it, it probably smells like gin. I say gin, not gin.
my mom is kissing another
Okay,
man's
and this is for a $25
Buffalo Wild Wings card.
Buffalo Wild Wings card. Where is Buffalo Wild Wings?
All over the place. It's a franchise chain.
Oh, this is it?
Okay, there you go.
All right.
7366.
Oh, nuh-uh, it's not mine.
All right, Marty! Yeah! Just like Bonnie James.
I didn't check for hers, but I kissed it. So you can check the imprint on my lips. Okay, and then we have one last item. Santa Earl donated a Santa hat that has like a baseball thing. It has your thing all the way around it. So you can adjust it.
There it is.
Hey, it's meant to be, that's all I'm saying, okay?
Me too.
74, this is all close, 30.
I'll be there too.
7430.
Right over 33.
7, 4,
Yeah, it's us.
There you go. Hey, I sold all the tickets, I touched them all, okay? Hey! Good job, guys, congratulations.
Okay, thank you all, and now I would like to introduce you to stay here with President and First Lady Rick and Diva Irwin.
She's my first lady, but I have to say I'm not her first man. So. Thank you guys, thank you. You know what, this is a great bunch of guys. And before we go any further and say anything else, we got to recognize this gentleman right here, the outgoing president. I said it before, I say it again, this guy is the shoulders upon which Forbes rests. And he has been a guiding light to the Santa world for more years than I guess he wants to remember. And we especially want to thank his Bonnie Colleen as well, because she's the one that provides the spine that he so often depends upon. When times get tough and the wind is blowing and he wants to bend, she makes him stand straight and tall. So thank you, both of you guys, to the Callahans. Again, a big hand to the Callahans. Thank you. And I want to thank everybody that comes to these meetings. I really do. This is, I mean, I've never been a part of a social organization like this before, and I'm just, over the years, I've just become so enamored of you guys. You guys are my friends. You guys are family to us. The organization has thrived over these many years, and it is solely because of the people who come to these meetings. Decisions are made by people who show up, and accomplishments are made by people who pick up their basket and start walking up the hill. So I want to thank you guys for everything you contributed to the chapter. I'm not sure, I'm flying by the seat of my pants too. I don't have an agenda either, but I should have mentioned when the president called for new business, there is one thing that we want to discuss before we break up today. If I could get Debbie England to come up here for a second. You guys know that Debbie was our vendor chair this year, and she also did a lot of work on our decorations. She did the centerpieces for our reunion this year, and she is almost single-handedly responsible for the expansion of the vendor fair this year into 2 days. And the numerical expansion, we had 33 vendors. We planned for 35, and at the last minute we wound up with 2. That had to back out. So we had 33 vendors this year as opposed to the 18 that we had last year. And that's a tremendous expansion in the vendors program. And yeah, exactly. Give her a hand, guys. And she brings a lot of experience to the job. You know, Debbie is the one that introduced me to the vendor fair boutique show world, which I never even knew existed before she got me to go to a couple of them. And once I got into it, I realized that it is a subculture, and these guys know each other, and they love each other, and they work with each other, and they're not just Christmas themed either. But one thing that I did want to bring to your attention is that the vendor fair was a tremendous success this year. It produced a tremendous increase in the income for the luncheon this year. If I remember correctly, if our calculations are right, the vendor fair alone paid for the room that we were in this year, and that was a great accomplishment. Debbie also has some ideas for improving the production of the vendors fair, the vendors committee. And in particular, she has come up with an idea called Quarter Mania. And I was curious myself as to what that entailed, and she explained it to me last month after the meeting. And based on that explanation, I think that you guys are going to be just as interested as I am. So I'll hand the mic over to Debbie England, and she'll explain Quarter Mania. And Forbes, the Santas of the OC will help support this.
Hi. Quarter Mania is basically an auction, and there's...
It's working.
Okay. There is usually about 100 people that come to it. There's usually about 10 to 15 vendors that basically donate their products from $20 to $100. And you get those products, if your number is picked, you get those products for a quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters, or 4 quarters. It's a really fast, fun game. You get your lunch with it as well, and a drink. I did talk to them today about having it here, and they are more than willing to have it here on April 27th. So I'm really excited about that.
We'll send out more information,
Right,
yeah.
right. So I
This
love
is the
everybody
day
to
after our
participate. Yes, I love everybody to participate, and we will get more information about the corn mania. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Debbie, I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys watch your inbox. We will be sending out a MailChimp broadcast with further details. It will be open. You guys are all invited, and there will be selective invitations extended through the vendors so that, you know, to fill out the 100 or so seats that we're going to have in the room. But I would really like to see maximum participation from the fraternity here, because it is going to serve to fund our ongoing enterprises and our ongoing events in the future. So you guys watch your inbox. You'll get information regarding Quarter Mania, and when you do, please show up. It's going to be the day after our next monthly meeting. So, Cookie?
On that note,
Yes, ma'am.
we didn't do a follow-up, we're doing the changing of our agenda. We didn't do a treasurer report.
We just got a treasurer 10 minutes ago. So, I don't.
We have planning on
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
How'd I do?
That's my line. You owe me $1.
You guys doing good? All right.
This is our exalted ruler.
Oh,
He
it's all
has
the
pretended
way.
like a missing pizza.
See that for the missing pizza? Anybody else have a missing pizza?
They're just, that's what I checked.
What is, I forget, what is the proper genuflection for the exalted roller? Knee on the ground, forehead touching his left shoe, is that right?
If you want to be inducted into the Order of the Black Straw.
Does that sound like something I want to do, Diva?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
Go for it.
Thank you, and thank you for your hospitality. We appreciate everything that you guys do for us.
Do I detect it being pre-warned?
Yes.
May I do something about it?
Yes.
I thought it was just because LuAnne was so hot. That's probably, I was right. We did not have an events committee report today either. Would you like to? Thank you. Please come on up and address it. She needs a microphone more than anybody else in the room, because nobody can hear her when she talks.
My kids wouldn't hear you right.
She is as soft-spoken as I am.
I would like to acknowledge your hospitality.
Closer to your face,
Lou, is that here?
closer to your mouth.
Okay, you guys.
All right, that's better.
I want to thank everybody for coming today. I've been sharing with a few people. This is the one I really like planning, because we're always guaranteed our own room, plenty of parking, a good price for good food, a good company, good service, and very much welcome. And thank you, Randy and LuAnne, for being our hosts today. I'm going to tell you a little story about Randy, how clever he is. I kept asking him how many people were coming, and he finally sent back and said, "Do you want me to pick up a gallon of milk?" So he was right on key about why I was inquiring about numbers, because as it turned out today, I ran out of cookies and it's very embarrassing. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoys it. Our next venue is Sarducci's on the 26th of April. And I'd like to thank Santa Ed for putting that together, and he's going to be getting a flyer out for that. It's just barely 4 weeks from yesterday, so I hope you all have it on your calendar, because it is a yearly tradition. And Santa Ted, have you heard of anything for May? So May is open. Okay, so I I think other than the July activity that Ed set up at the Dana Point Yacht Club, which is another one of our clients, it's going to be Dana Point West.
Dana West, right. And that's July? Okay.
That's July. And the Irwins are hosting in August. So May and June are open, and I relinquish that.
All right, yeah, picnic.
Right, what I'd like to say is I'm relinquishing the further planning other than the ones that are already on the books. And hopefully the new committee that'll be formed under the new president will, apparently, I guess, Dawg has June plans, so hopefully he'll be on that committee to do future planning. So I'd like to thank you all for your support and your assistance with finding places to go and activities. And I think that's all I have to say.
All right, looks like we're going to have to railroad her because she's not volunteering like I expected her to. Cookie has been an excellent events chairperson. The Inland Empire also has an excellent events committee chairperson in the person of Kathy Crum. Kathy, would you like to give us a couple of words on the Inland Empire events?
Next Sunday in Chino will be our Inland Empire meeting at Cruisers, and it should be on the website, and you should be receiving an email about that meeting. And then in May, we're going to have our meeting in Rancho Cucamonga at Barrows Restaurant on May 3rd. And Dottie and I, though, have been looking at something for June. We haven't completely finished. I know I'm kind of, but we did have a discussion, but I didn't get a chance to kind of complete it. But we'll talk about that. Otherwise, I found a place for June definitely. Oh, good. Yeah, which is really cool. It's Heroes. Oh my God, it's great. We did have that conversation. Yes. Oh, and the ultimate is when Diva's going to come and sing for the third time running at the Quakes game on July 26th. It's a Saturday evening game at 7 o'clock, 7:05, and we're going to have a tailgate party. I've already confirmed we can do that. So it's really going to be fun. And so I'm looking forward to that. I also wanted to say something to Debbie. 18 days before the reunion, I was really ill, and I was supposed to do the centerpieces. And I called her, and I was sobbing. I was in so much pain. She stepped up to the plate and did 2.5 weeks for the centerpieces.
Here, here.
I have to relax and get well. So, God bless.
Thank you, Debbie. Kathy, Debbie, Cookie, all of the volunteers. Have you guys noticed how much the women do to help support this fraternal organization? It's a fraternal organization, and we couldn't roll 2.5 miles down the tracks if it weren't for our women, guys. So we definitely appreciate the women and the support that we get from the wives. Cookie, go ahead.
And speaking of wives, does Diva have a sunshine report?
Yes, she does. I was going to bring her up here. In fact, go ahead and make your way on up here, sweetie. And while she is coming up here for the Sunshine Report, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to Santa Reese Williams for bringing the sound system with him today. It makes everything easier. It is just so hard to hear me in a big room because, go ahead, sweetie, come on up.
You're so quiet to hear.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Feel like I need this.
Can you hear me? There you go.
I just wanted to say happy birthday to the March folks, Santa Earl Nichols, Santa Reese Williams, and Dawg. But we had a few birthdays during March. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Also wanted to let you know that Diana Montag, if you could say a prayer for her, if you believe in prayer. She's having surgery tomorrow. It is a microdiscectomy to her back, but micro in my world in workers' comp means that's a good thing. It's not as bad as a big open surgery. So just say a prayer for her. And Santa Cliff Fox was supposed to be here today, but he was not feeling well. So little prayers for him too, and just wishing everybody well. And thank you.
Wow. Oh yeah, Kathy's having.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, you won't tell me, Kathy Burrow, we wish you well tomorrow as well. See, it's next Monday, so y'all
That's
didn't
okay.
tell me right.
We won't be here before then, so.
We wish you well, those of you.
And Diva's having a full personality transplant later in the week. And,
Yes, he just didn't know it was his personality for a transplant.
okay. Forget anything? Yes, Cookie.
San Diego meets this week.
San Diego meets on Wednesday at the Sunrise Buffet on Convoy Street. If anybody wants to go down there, the Orange County Inland Empire chapters usually represent down there, and they sometimes send members up here to represent too. I'm really proud of the joint committee activities that go on between our chapters, the joint chapter participation that we have in Southern California. Everybody knows that we have worked very hard to reunite the Santa world in Southern California, and I'm really proud to say that the Southern California chapters are pulling together and heading in the same direction. The reunion that we just celebrated is ample evidence that we have a high degree of cooperation in Southern California. I'm extremely impressed, and I know that we are blessed to have some of an influx of new blood to the organization. I'm really pleased that we have Santas that just joined in the last year or two, and they are stepping up to the plate right away and taking some of the responsibility off of these noble shoulders here. And I'm really glad that you guys, I especially want to recognize what Greg Ferguson, for instance, is the vice president of the chapter now. And these guys have stepped up and taken a big bite out of the apple for us. And we really appreciate everybody that does anything for the fraternal order. I'm grateful for. And Santas of the OC was the founding chapter of Forbes, and we have some really great people in this organization, in our chapter. Ed Howley, for instance, sponsors hosts two of our most popular meetings every year, Sarducci's and San Juan Capistrano, and Santa's by the Sea. Big Dawg steps up every year with his lovely wife LuAnne and hosts us here. I agree with Dottie, this is one of our favorite venues here, so we thank you guys for the connection that we have. And of course, Reese Williams, we're so glad that Reese is a regular now, and he's always been an asset to the organization. We're glad for every one of you guys. And the Steinmecks, too. Thank you. These guys are, anyway, I'm just rambling. I got nothing else to say. If anybody else has any business that they would like me to address, yes, Ed Howie would like to say a word. What? Okay, that was a great word, Ed. I appreciate it. As words go, that's one of my favorites. Thank you for contributing it. All right, Big Dog, would you like to say anything as our host today? Would you like to say anything before we go? Would you like to let your wife speak for you? Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right.
Thank you all for coming.
Right there.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you. All right, without any further ado, unless anyone would like to contribute anything else to the meeting, in 3, 2, 1, meeting closed. Thank you, guys.